J.T. Peacock was a merchant like his father, very wealthy man, a man of good civic character. When the new people from New Brighton wanted the telephone, they met Mr. Peacock in town, and he signed their petition. They did lots of good things, and also, of course, they will appear. One of the key things, probably the single most, if you exclude the church registers, the single most major thing in Christchurch history is the G.R. MacDonald Biography Dictionary at the museum, and certainly they will be in that.
The Peacock Fountain.
And the Peacock Fountain, he left money and the Beautifying Association. He left some money to the Beautifying Association, and they established the Peacock Fountain.
All I was saying is they have it on visitors TV about the Peacock Fountain all the time. On their hourly thing, they talk about it. Who donated what to Christchurch.
Oh, do they? Oh, you mean that when they go around with the
yeah, they talk about it, what was donated, first telephone boxes, Peacock Fountain and all that. Oh. It's on the visitors TV on your channel.
There's some other graves here for the peacocks as well, which is over here. And part of the family, because I met them about 8 months ago. And they're buried over here. One lot comes from Australia and the other lot live in town here.
Yeah, were they called Peacock? That was their surname?
No, it's not Peacock now.
It's not McRae, is it?
Like, I can't remember, it was about 8 months ago. Okay. I met them here one day when we were restoring this.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right, now where are we going next?
Over here.
Right. He planted some trees as a shelter belt, and he planted it on Turner's Run. But in fact it gave shelter to his property next door. Now this you'll all find in a wonderful article in the MacDonald Biography Dictionary at the museum, and you'll run down on Monday morning, and Monday afternoon, sorry, and look it up. The other thing he did, and this is far, far worse. Now, when I was a young man, back in the time that I was looking for Mr. Murray's grave, I went into the library, and there was a lady who worked there, and she's still around, called Leslie Larkin. She was just young there, and I went in and didn't know what for, but obviously Mr. MacDonald from the MacDonald Dictionary, he told Mr. Lamb, who was Leslie Larkin's boss, and Leslie Larkin told me. So I will tell you. I went in one day, and Leslie Larkin came up to me, and she said, "William Wilson was a wife beater." So he beat his wife up. But what was, it wasn't unusual. What was unusual was that people were most upset about him beating up his wife, and he was taken to court, and he lost his status, and he stood for the city council, and somehow he got on the city council. And the Star wrote a huge article about how Christchurch was corrupted by putting this man on the city council, and none of the city councillors would work with him, and he had to resign. So how's that for men showing the lead for once?
And we hope in time it will become our little Mona Vale. We also want it to be a place where things happen, and it is a place of great history. Many well-known and some not so well-known people are buried here, and we want to tell their stories. We've been very fortunate in the interest of the people who make up our small committee of 7. Judy has single-handedly come and gardened this place every week for the last God knows how many years. She's done an amazing job. So she just does that because she really loves the place. And Linda Rimmer has, with her painstaking work, we've been able to establish a website on which every grave can be accessed, researched, and the details of that grave, and even maybe the person's personal history can be recorded there. And then we've got our core members of Annie, Jenny, Craig, Sue, and more recently Alexandra, a committed group of people who love this place and are determined to restore it and improve it. This year the Trust began fundraising for the restoration of the smashed headstones, and we're pleased to advise that we've raised $25,000 to start that work. But today the focus is on the opening of the gates, as you see behind you. The new gates have been installed now for some time. Waiting for the council to organise an event. And we've been waiting for a few things. We're getting really frustrated. And then we said, oh hell, why don't we just organise it? So we've done that, and that's the way to do things, is just to do it yourself. And so the gates are an important first achievement for our group, as they signal to the community that changes are taking place at the cemetery. But it is once again a place that's being looked after and valued. When we devised the new gates, we were very keen to have them look as though they had done originally. The problem was though, although we asked extensively, no one could recall exactly what they were like. Judy and I visited the old sexton, and he drew us up a diagram of what he remembered them to be. Well, blow me down. Only a month after they were installed, someone came forward with a photograph showing the gates, and they weren't quite the same, but it was pretty close. So we were still happy. So this is a very brief summary of how we began and where we're going. So thank you very much, Bob. Our next event is going to be the planting. We've got a planting on the street. Oh, I've just noticed we've got Councillor Yanni Johansson here too. It's great to see you here, Yanni. We're just going to do a planting on the street. Just down the road, the council's organised it all for us. And then after that, we're going to come in and have a barbecue and have a small committee at this stage, but we would love to have lots more people either involved with our committee or as members, so that we can keep in touch with you about what's going on, and so that we can let you know when there's working bees and that sort of thing happening. So if you're interested in that at all, please leave your name on the notepad we've got down there. We'd be really pleased to have you. I just want to remind people there is a flower seller here today. We invited her because we thought it might be a nice touch if people had graves they want to put flowers on. So if you do want to buy some daffodils, that would be great. And other than that, just thank you all very much for coming. And I hope you come down and help us plant a few trees.
And there's a donation box somewhere.
Oh yes, sorry. There's a donation box if you'd like to give us a few pennies. It all helps.
We'll come and do that one with you.
Plant it where it's
here.
Good job.
It's really long.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
That's good, it's very important. You've got the idea now.
Yeah.
Seems to have got it really good.
I've done before.
Have you done before? You have to share space. I'm not going to stay in no space.
Yeah, I came back before that.
Yes, because he wants to do
Thanks for barbecue.
They're getting the sequence.
One more.
One more. Do it again, Warren.
Yeah.
grab a piece of bread and grab a sausage.
They wanted to stay traditional, where scouts.
They told me that on this Saturday they had done the first time thinking about it. But I only